If you recall the history of this unfortunate country, the revolutionary violence over many years, executions, the debauchery of the court, Rasputin's intrigues, an enormous pool of semen that was present there, the high society life of St. Petersburg compared to Moscow, pedophilia, global prostitution. At every fair, not just the renowned and historically significant Great Nizhny Novgorod fair, every single fair, first and foremost, in addition to the official registry of participants and their specific locations, also kept a detailed list of prostitutes who were supposed to serve at that particular fair. That is, we understand that I have repeatedly used as an example wildest notions of the Russian people, which are in no way different from the beliefs of Papuans or, I don't know, the Aztecs or the savages of New Guinea. But this St. Petersburg International Economic and Legal Forum serves a very important function. It legalizes, it formalizes the vileness of lawlessness, accustoming people to it. This is the decay and semantic puss that, first of all, serves as the regime's breeding ground. But it also teaches the population to breathe it in. Absurdity becomes an everyday norm. But at the same time, this stench is a concentrate of ideology. That's what makes it especially valuable for us, because it can be dissected and a lot can be learned about Putinism. Because, well, secrets, of course, secrets are revealed. For example, there is the FSIN system where brutal, pervasive torture is the norm. They are diverse. This is legalized sadism. There are hundreds of examples. But who actually does the FSIN report to? Who? This service reports to the very ministry whose head believes that the Decembrists were executed too humanely. The head of the Ministry of Justice stated this at that very legal forum. Well, all right, there may be plenty of complaints about the Decembrists. They showed how not to stage a coup d'etat. They were the first hipsters with the first flashlights because, well, despite the fact that they were in uniforms, it was still a peaceful protest. They had the opportunity to storm the palace, to seize it, to eliminate or arrest Nicholas I. They could have done all of that. Instead, they were shining their flashlights on Senate Square. Nevertheless, the bravery, dignity, and pride of these people in the initial stage of their rebellion are undeniable. But then, in 2025, the Minister of Justice of the Russian Federation appears and sadly announces that they were punished far too leniently and indulgently. And if the Decembrist case had been handled by the investigative committee, Bastrikin, the Ministry of Justice, well, Pestel, obviously, would have gotten acid enemas, rape with a rubber baton. Back then, they couldn't torture with electricity yet because, well, electricity was in short supply. Science just couldn't keep up with the Russian need for sophisticated torture. Muravyov, Apostol, he would have understood what lowering is. He would have found out what a konverik is. He would have felt a soldering iron in certain places. Or, at the very least, the Slonik treatment. There, Rylev himself would have gotten a gas mask with ammonia so that he wouldn't even be able to breathe at all. Not even a single breath. So it's clear that if we put all these details together, we understand that the FSIN guards who organize the torture probably have direct orders to do so.